Hey everybody, I sit here. I am Wood with Keith and
So what you saying is in the house with the
So what you saying? Clips down, clips down. So what you saying? So what you saying? Keith and Wood. 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 Keith and Wood. So what you saying? Keith and Wood. So what you saying? Keith and Wood. So what you saying? Keith and Wood.
Somewhere Snaggles is busting a nut. He loves your ass, by the way.
oh boy,
Why?
Oh, boy.
I don't know. When he comes and does our top 10 countdown for the year,
yeah.
he just talked about your voice and how smooth it was.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
So somewhere right now he's busting out, and you've become like our Burt Reynolds or our Arsenio Hall with Eddie Murphy, or even our Jimmy Fallon when he brings on Justin Timberlake all
Right,
the time.
yeah.
You're that dude for us. So thank you for
shit.
coming in again.
No, thank you for
All right.
having me.
All right?
Seriously.
Yeah, thank you, my ass. We're going to put your ass to work, all right? We're doing something a little different this week. Diego's going to read the emails, all right?
Oh,
so
boy.
let's start with the emails, Diego.
All right, let's go straight into it. Todd says, Wood, you didn't show the image of you at the airport. How do we know you actually went? I'm from the picture or it ain't true generation.
Which I'm not sure. I'm sure what he's referring to there.
Yeah.
Well, I think he means when you went out of town,
Oh,
you're supposed
yeah.
you're supposed to be taking pictures everywhere, showing the shit.
That's true. Oh yeah. My bad. Okay, I'll get some pictures up there. I was in Vegas. I
Yeah,
get
get
that.
some shit up, man.
I got it.
Keith, what were you gonna say about Tiger Claw? Of all the dumb, offensive shit you three morons, Kevin included, whoever the fuck Kevin is, say.
Who Kevin is?
Oh, you.
Yeah.
No, Kevin ain't me.
Your other Kevin.
Yeah.
It's my twin.
Yes. Now you want to censor the show? Fuck that. What was it?
Okay. So for some reason last week when we talked about Tiger Claw Tattoo, it reminded me of the first time I went to San Francisco.
Oh boy.
And I remember all the clubs. So I first went to San Francisco back in the early 90s, maybe it was late 80s.
Now, was that when broccoli was good in your ass then? I just want to make sure.
All the clubs were named things like, the Meat Locker, the Bear Club, Boys Room, the Hug and Tugs, just shit like that. So, no, seriously,
Yeah, I hear you.
you know what I mean? Remember when they just had
Yes,
all those weird
yes.
fucking names like that, man?
And you knew what they meant?
You knew
Yeah.
what they meant, man. You know what I mean? It's pack of sausage or some shit. So for some reason last week when I heard Tiger Claw, that's what I thought. And I love Tiger Claw Tattoo, says the guy with no tattoos. But I mean, they're good people, so I didn't want to do that. But he's right. I shouldn't censor myself. Just say the shit, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I got a question for you on a side note real quick.
right.
So when that dude said he does Muay Thai, like when he bust out, I was like, I do Muay Thai.
Uh-huh.
Like, I need Kevin age 21 to respond to me.
So you felt what I was saying then?
Because my response, as soon as you said that, my response was like, oh, okay, well, I don't do Muay Thai. I fuck wives in the ass. And then just kind of look at him like, yeah.
Yeah, just poke the barrel.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Muay Thai.
Yeah, let's see what you got. real
I'm
quick.
trying to be a Renaissance man. I'm trying to move past all that shit.
Shit.
All right.
I would have looked, made sure he had a ring on his finger and tried to find out what his wife's name was.
But you know me, and you know what I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
After the fact, after it sunk in.
Yeah, I do know you, and that's why I was like, that's not the person I thought. That man should have been defenestrated.
Oh, okay. All right. You and your fucking...
He brought the thesaurus.
Yeah, he should have been
Thank you, Wood.
defenestrated.
Thank you, Wood. Next email.
Max says, I ain't got shit. NFL adding more playoff games and finally shortening the worthless preseason. Whatever. Friend of mine was given a signed Tom Brady football. She had zero clue what she had received. Just thought it was a ball signed by some dude. Well, she didn't know because it was deflated.
Ooh, damn.
It's a long, hilarious story, but my point is this. When she let me hold it, I went number 3 in my pants.
What the fuck?
I was holding on to something that Tom fucking Brady had held at the one time.
Number
and
3.
This is fucking wicked awesome, bro. He said boner fucking city.
Well, we got that when he went number 3.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Number 3.
He said he saw the preview for that stupid Hoosiers remake starring that Boston fraud Affleck.
Yep.
Looks stupid, but I'll probably go see it. Now, again, everybody goes, hey, why aren't you doing movies? Why aren't you doing shit? Because why am I going to keep remaking the same fucking bullshit over and over and over?
That's what they're doing now.
That's all they
Everything.
do. Which Hollywood is supposed to be full of creatives.
That's
They
what
don't
I
create
thought.
shit.
No, they
Like,
just recreate
They just keep
things,
going over
yeah.
and over and over again. So I'm just waiting for The Exorcism to come back out again.
Oh, yeah.
Or fucking Roots again. Because they brought out Roots 2 fucking years ago. Or 3 Roots ago, years ago.
Oh, yeah. I didn't watch it when it came out the second time. Did
Because
you?
it's bullshit. No.
Same thing. Look,
Do I really want to see some motherfuckers coming over screaming?
I tell you what fucked me up on the original Roots is when Mr. Brady was a fucking slave owner. I was like, what the
Yes.
fuck is this? That's how the Bradys got all that goddamn money and got a fucking maid and shit.
Exactly. And was able to deflate footballs.
That's why Greg and Peter's hair is so fucking curly.
Right.
He raised this slave kinfolk.
He's like, ooh, I'm part of this. Matt
Greg,
continues.
you're a quarter black.
Matt continues. Pitchers and catchers reported and spring training is up and running. Since the Red Sox front office has decided to give up on this season, I'm going to be a Brewers fan. Shout out to Brock Holt, and a Dodgers fan because David Price is an absolute god. He wasn't with the Tigers. Now think of it this way, fellow Boston fan. That's for you, Keith.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not. The front office traded Mookie to the Dodgers so that if the Dodgers and the Yankees meet in the World Series, Mookie beats them, which means Boston beat the Yankees, so we win. Bang, that trash can.
You know, I don't like that.
Why?
I don't like that. So he's assuming that the Yankees are going to the World Series right there.
Yeah.
You never fucking assume that until it actually happens. Number one.
Right.
Number two, David Price was a fucking head case for us, is what he was.
Yes.
That guy needs to sit down with a therapist.
Yes.
Right. And I don't think he was all that fucking good. He was no damn Schilling and Pedro. He was none of that.
No.
All right. What else you got? He was barely a fucking oil can Boyd.
Okay. My beautiful Misty. Man, one day I'm gonna meet Misty.
Is she beautiful off the emails?
Dude, just the violence that she portrays, man. You know, she got wild eyes. I know Misty got wild eyes.
You like girls with sleeve tattoos and
Dude,
shit?
I have a problem with girls with wild eyes. Like
But you never even seen her.
her emails let me know she's got wild eyes.
So you're painting a picture with each
Oh,
letter.
shit.
Who's the fucking sociopath now? You or Missy? He's like fucking
he's-
Cape Fear, man.
Yeah, we're
Maybe
not-
that's the movie you should remake.
He just has the body of the email, not the actual email, Misty, so don't worry.
Keith, you know what? You're really obstreperous to control.
God.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm helping you out, motherfucker.
Are you?
Yes. All right. Misty says, I'm trying to be a poet to justify the darkness in my soul that I defy. See, right there, she got me. I just went number 3, like Mac.
Okay. So you hear the sound of her sharpening a toothbrush? That's what you hear right now?
I hear her Sally going, stop it, stop it. I said I would.
You don't have to force me.
I said I would. Don't hit me again. Dalton says, this podcast is better than going to church on Sunday. As soon as Keith ended the podcast with us, a classic pops into my head. Steve, being called a cocksucker isn't personal. Dalton, no, it's the two nouns combined to elicit a prescribed response. Steve, what if somebody calls my mama a whore? Dalton, is she? Good old Patrick Swayze.
What movie?
Roadhouse.
Very good.
Let's
And then
see.
she sent to Patrick Swayze. Not She's Like the Wind. He made another song, which I had no idea that he had a full album. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, she sent another Patrick Swayze song, and it sounded like She's Like the Wind Part 2.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Let's see. She says, keep up the shit show, guys. And remember, it's Wu-Tang Wednesday. In your case, Whiskey Wednesday. So, there you go. Your favorite emailer, Jamathan,
Closing the show.
says, damn dollar. Keith and Wood, if Damian Lillard's head wasn't already big enough, Common made it bigger by introducing him as if he were some legit rapper. It's a good thing that big head already excuse me, damn. Snaggles.
Shit, keep it classy.
Let's start that one again. It's a good thing that Big Head already exited his mom's vagina. He didn't say vagina, he said V.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or she'd have problems. I would have gone with a different name. He's christened himself a dame along some other famous dames like Judi Dench, Helen Mirren, and Angelina Jolie. Really? Angelina ain't no dame.
He
though,
jumped decades, didn't he?
Right. He said, I would have gone with Sir Dollar. He said the dollar sign. Speaking of heads, that 11.5-pound baby doesn't hold a Yeah, I know. That 11.5-pound baby doesn't hold a candle to that 20-pound cranium one of you exited with. The queen needs to make your mother an honorary dame, Keith, for making that happen. Lastly, country needs to kick Kane back to the rap charts. Great episode. Love Janemathan. And that is the end of the email.
Oh, you did that good.
Well, because I can fucking read.
Well, no, I was just going to say you stammered a little bit.
I did.
You fucking backtrack a little bit.
Well, I had to.
Yeah, right?
What are you drinking?
But then you... Well, since you brought up what are you drinking,
End of our emails brings up Snaggles, which
this motherfucker Diego walks in here, man, and he brings this fucking quiet storm every time. And I'm going to be honest with the people, because we just got chastised for not being full disclosed, transparent with the people when I held back on Tiger Claw tattoos. So what we're doing here is Wood. Remember my Sugarfoot dog? Remember that motherfucker? All right, Wood has become the Sugarfoot of the podcast.
yeah, I have.
He's got to go under the knife in a little bit, right? So what we're doing, we're doing 2 episodes back to back.
Yeah, we are.
All right.
Yeah.
So as drunk as we are now, we're gonna be drunker next week, which is what we're gonna record probably in another hour and a half, right?
Right.
So we're just being honest right now. So Diego walks in here and he brings this fucking bullshit called Quiet Storm.
Starts us out with the Quiet Storm.
Quiet Storm gave us shots. I got some shit. I got fucking beer in front of me. I got something I put in my cup. I don't even remember what it was.
I don't know.
I put in here?
Yeah,
So-
a bunch of different things.
I got like 3 glasses, but we got Quiet Storm for the Snaggles this week. And Snaggles is brought to you by...
Tiger Claw Tattoo, guys. We talked about them in the beginning. We're going to talk about them again right now. They're in Mill Creek. You can go there and see them. They're always taking clients. They love doing that artwork. And go in, schedule yourself a consult with them first. I know they like that. Tiger Claw Tattoo, guys. They're in Mill Creek. Go get yourself hooked up.
So what you saying? Keith and Wood. So what you saying? Keith and Wood.
All right, so here you are in here with us, man. So you're just going to ride along with our bullshit, right?
Yes. I'm going to add a little bit more bullshit just because I like fucking with y'all.
Well, because you're full of bullshit like we're full of bullshit, man. I want to talk to you right off top as a person from Detroit.
Yes.
I want to know if you relate to this story. So I've been watching this show called Fear Thy Neighbor. I'm hooked on it, right? And so what it always becomes is, somebody lives in a quiet neighborhood, and then somebody shows up with, they collect tin and shit, or they collect, I don't know, fish guts or something, and they move in next door to them, and they're friends at first, and then the other person ends up killing them. So when you used to go through neighbors killing each other in Detroit, how did you deal with that?
So, it's funny you say that.
Okay.
Like, I know of a guy who got killed over a rib. Yes.
Like a pork rib?
Barbecue rib.
Oh. Okay, explain the story.
Well, which it doesn't make any sense.
No.
Number one. There was a barbecue going on. There was racks on racks of ribs.
Mm-hmm.
One guy had a couple of ribs on a plate. Another guy came over, took a rib off of said guy's plate, got into an argument. He then stabbed him.
The guy that had the plate of ribs or the guy that took the rib?
The guy who had the plate of ribs, he then stabbed
Okay.
the guy who took the rib
That's a bit much,
to
man.
death.
But
There was more ribs there.
Uh-huh.
Like,
So why
Two
did he
more
take
racks.
a rib in the beginning? If
just
there's that much...
laziness. And, I mean...
So it was already cut in there, and he just
Yeah,
grabbed
he
it
just-
off his-
He didn't want to stand in line. He's trying to punk the dude.
There was no line.
Okay.
He wasn't punking him. He just thought it was funny to I just grabbed this rib. And he grabbed it.
Wow.
And dude's like, motherfucker, why you do that shit? And he's like, man, it's okay. It's just a bunch of ribs. He's like, nah, motherfucker, why you grab my rib? He's like, damn, dog, I'll go get you another rib. And he's like, nah, fuck that. Punched him. They start fighting.
If you had told that story just blindly, if you just said that story, right? You didn't say it was from Detroit. You didn't say anything about it. Just told that story. I would have known it was black people because there's, I mean,
completely agree with you.
it's getting a little it's getting a little convoluted now. But there was a time when you could hear a crime and be like, black person,
Yes.
white person.
Yes.
You could even do Mexican,
Right.
right? Asians,
Yes.
you don't really fucking know because at the end they generally disembowel themselves,
Right.
you know, after
They
they fucking
usually
do the
kill
crime.
themselves
But
after they do it.
I mean, you remember hearing shit? I remember listening to stories, you know, like when you first come out here, you're around a bunch of white people, and you praying a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't be black.
Yes.
Please don't be black.
Yes.
Please don't be black. And you listen to the story like, oh shit, that's a black guy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you know, young guy knocks a woman in the head, steals a car, and goes to the store and buys a 40. Black person,
Yes.
right? Young guy knocks a woman in the head, steals her car with her in it, eats her leg. White guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Young guy steals a car, knocks a woman in the head, goes and picks up 4 or 5 of his guys, and goes to the park and drinks. Mexican. Right? I mean, am I lying?
No,
I'm
you
not
are
lying.
on point.
Okay. So there's certain crimes that you could just add it up and you'd be like, oh shit, that's what
Right.
this is. But like the first time I realized, and I think we talked about this before, Wood, first time I realized that things were getting convoluted was DC Sniper. Mm-hmm. That's supposed to be a white person.
Yes.
Sniping people for no fucking reason.
Right.
That's got white written all over it.
Well, there's a reason. Once
Okay.
you found out the reason why he was doing it.
And what was that? I don't remember.
He was going to kill his wife over child support and everything.
Oh, if they had led with that, I would have said black guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, if they had led with
They
that.
didn't lead with that, but yes.
But then the Christopher Donner, too, the ex-cop or whatever he was back in Cali that went and killed a bunch of people.
Yes.
Right? And then I guess he got burned in a... No, he killed himself in the cabin. They burned the cabin down. I don't know what the fuck, right?
Right.
But that had white guy written all over it, too,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So that's my point with that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you run into that a lot. Again, being from Detroit, because everybody is a criminal in Detroit.
well, I mean, let's do that real quick.
Something in the water.
Let me do this with you. Then,
Do it.
All right. Houston mother Emily Medania's
Oh, okay.
nightmare began in 2015 when Elsa, the from Frozen doll, her daughter received for Christmas 2013, began reciting lines from the movie in both English and Spanish.
Okay.
Originally, it had only spoken English. Next,
Oh, shit.
yeah, hold on. Next, my eyes are fucking bugging out from Snackles.
Oh, ain't so fucking funny now that it's you going through this shit, huh?
Jesus. Next, the doll began speaking and singing randomly, even when her on-off switch was in the off position. In December 2019, Madania threw the doll out. Houston reported, but she and her husband later found the doll in a bench inside their home. So they double wrapped the doll in plastic bags and put it in the bottom of our garbage can. Madania wrote on Facebook. Days later, her daughter found the doll again in the backyard. Finally, Madania sent the doll to a friend who lives in Minnesota, where it
What a
remained
fucked up thing to do.
where it remained at press time. In the meantime, Madania has been contacted by paranormal investigators. My question for you,
Okay.
the friend she sent it to,
Uh-huh.
white, black, or Mexican?
Oh, she's white. She's white, right? Can we confirm that?
Like, seriously.
She's definitely white.
Like, fuck stuff.
Yeah.
What kind of shitty friend are you?
Yeah. Why you sending? Sam, our boxing rodeo clown.
Mm-hmm.
You remember his story about the feather? He tricked some lady out of a feather. They swapped feathers. Then he had bad luck. So what does he do with his feather? Finds the next guy that he hates the most.
Yeah, and gives it to the feather. Yeah.
There's a classic story like that. It's from like back in the 20s or 30s where there was this Raggedy Ann doll
Yeah.
in Florida. You know that one in
Yeah,
Tallahassee?
they have it in case where that doll made motherfuckers commit suicide.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So dolls can get possessed is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
All right. So again, back to the black, white, Mexican thing. How does that shit happen in a black household?
First off, we ain't grabbing that shit.
Uh-huh.
First, if you send me a doll, my first question is, why?
Yeah.
Why'd you send me this?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was just thinking about such and such. And then secondly, soon as that shit happens,
Mm-hmm.
we kicking your ass.
Okay.
And you getting that doll delivered right the fuck back to
Okay,
you.
you're skipping some steps.
What am I skipping?
So you get the doll in the mail. Okay, so you're in Detroit, right?
Okay.
And the mailman shows up, and he shot his way onto your porch to deliver your mail and shit, right?
You know what? My dad was a postal worker.
Okay, so your dad
So-
carried. What kind of
so-
gun did he carry? All right. So he shoots his way on. He puts the mail into your mailbox and he leaves, right?
Right.
All right. And you get the doll. Now, you get this doll from somebody you kind of know, maybe you know
Right.
well. First thing you're going to do is you're going to cut that doll open and see what's inside of it, because there's obviously drugs in there, or there's money in there, right? There's something in there. There's some reason they sent you this
sent
fucking
this
doll,
to me.
right? And once you find out there's nothing in it, you're going to throw it away and you're going to call them up and you're going to curse them out.
Right.
What you send this bullshit to my house for?
Right.
Now, a Mexican family, they're going to get that doll. And they're going to give it to their kid.
Right.
The doll's going to start talking. They're going to say, well, now you have a friend, mija.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Now you have a friend because you don't have a lot of friends because we're different in this
Right.
neighborhood, right?
And that bitch is going to keep talking. And you can be like, wow,
Keep
Mia.
talking. Well,
Oh,
mija, now you can learn English.
Yes,
you talk
exactly.
like the white girls, you know?
Elsa, good for you. And then all of a sudden, fucking Elsa start walking around.
Oh, look, it's just like the movie, mija. She walked. I told you Elsa was real. You know?
I don't know if your Mexican accent's Spanish or Chinese, but you do you. Man.
You do you.
You know what? It really doesn't matter. My question, you as a fancy pants actor sitting over there, Diego,
Yes.
right? You've been on screen. Now, this is something I've always wondered, and I wondered now even more than ever, okay? Because one's a big star and one just leveled out in the 70s.
Okay.
Willona died. Jennifer
Oh, yes.
Boyce,
Yes.
she died.
Yes.
Okay?
Beautiful woman.
Beautiful woman.
Yes.
Good actor. I love Good Times.
Yes.
I didn't miss fucking Good
Right.
Times. It got a little weird when they had Keith on there, and
Yeah.
he hit his leg to football, and the way he fell, that was so fucking
It was-
phony. You live in Chicago. Can't you get the brother shot?
Right.
You know what I mean? You know,
Right.
You trip over JJ taking pictures.
Come
and
on,
shit.
JJ.
Yeah, right.
I love it. Michael.
So she dies.
Right.
Now she played Penny, who was Janet Jackson's mom.
Mom, yeah.
Do you think Janet Jackson, in your fancy pants Hollywood style train of thought, does Janet Jackson go to that funeral?
Does she go to that funeral? She should.
What she should do and what she does do, two different things. I'm talking about in the Hollywood circle. Is it expected? Is it accepted?
I wouldn't say it's expected, but it would be honorable for her to do
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
It would
Absolutely.
be honorable for her to do that. So, do I think she's going to do it? They from the fucking Jacksons, bro. I don't know. I don't know if she would or not. She should.
She should.
Yeah, that would be a beautiful thing. But then, does she become the big star at the funeral? You know what I'm saying? Now, does she take away from her death and her passing?
Well, it depends on how you do it. Do you walk in with a fucking mink,
He did say she is a Jackson.
Yes.
So how do they
so
enter?
You screwed up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, again, what he's saying, honorable.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to respect it. So do you come late and just kind of tuck into the back? I just wonder, like, if she's
Yeah.
gonna go at all, because
That would be cool.
Me being Keith, who's never been, on a nationally syndicated TV show or fancy pants movies. Yeah,
I have.
That's why he's sitting across from me. Your eyes are so dreamy.
Yeah.
Snack.
So,
but me being who I am now and the ethics and all the stuff I have in me, I'd go. Would you go?
I would
if
go.
you were big?
Yeah.
So
There would be no question.
So if Moby's career was still hot and you were still out there doing it, would you?
Yeah.
Would you? All right.
Yeah, I would
well,
just.
I mean, I'll do this even. Like, I've been into Park City. I've been to Sundance and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, if you didn't see what's her name? Jennifer Lopez. So I ran into Jennifer Lopez.
Okay, but you say I've been to Park City, I've been to Sundance. That's not very fancy pants actor stuff.
No.
We've been there too.
Yeah, but
I-
but that's where I'm getting ready to go with it.
Okay.
So you would not notice Jennifer Lopez if she didn't have 6-7 bodyguards.
her entourage.
I don't know if that's particularly true.
No, you notice her going, oh, damn, that chick's got a fat ass. You wouldn't go, oh, that's Jennifer Lopez.
Okay.
Because there's other actors that you're standing next to that you have no clue that they're supposedly great and this and that, other than that they have an entourage with them and you go, oh, now I know who that is.
Okay.
If Jennifer Lopez was just walking with one dude, I'm like, oh, look at that cute little chick. Other than that, I didn't notice. The reason why I noticed is because she had 6 dudes, and I'm like, oh, I'm bigger than your fucking bodyguards.
But there's
So-
6 of them.
But there were 6 of them. But I mean, I'm sitting there going, oh, okay, now I see why you're trying to protect this little bitch right here. So anyway,
Did you watch the fight last night?
I did.
All right. And you know what I'm impressed on with America a little bit? It didn't turn into like, fucking great white hype.
Yeah.
It didn't turn into that. It didn't turn into a Rocky in the 80s movie. It was,
Right.
I knew brothers that were going for the white dude.
Right.
You were.
Yeah,
you were going for the white
yeah,
dude.
I knew he was gonna win.
Fury, which is a badass name.
I knew he was
Tyson
gonna,
Fury?
Fury
Tyson
is a-
Fury.
Yo, if my name's Tyson Fury, you can't tell me a
Yeah.
goddamn
You
thing.
you can't tell me
No,
shit.
you can't tell me.
I'm
I'd be
gonna
like,
fight everybody.
and
yeah.
you're 6'9", 300? Get the fuck out of
that's
here.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
You're whipping ass just on that name alone.
Exactly.
But they didn't make
The
it like that.
Gypsy King. That
Right.
shit is awesome.
All
yeah.
that shit is hot,
Yeah.
man. And if this was in the early 90s, he'd be a lot bigger than he is now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he would also be shit. Because
Early
they built-
90s because you had
they
Riddick
built
Bowe,
up-
you had Mike, you had
Yeah,
Evander.
they built up a lot of white fighters who weren't really shit just
Well,
so they can get people going.
They've done that in the history, and this one legitimately, whipped the brother's ass, and that's fine. But my point is, I'm just happy that America didn't make it a race thing first, of
Right.
all. And that was refreshing. But he whipped that brother's ass in Black History Month. You have to have some concern behind that, right?
It was a copacetic ass whooping.
Oh, copacetic. That one I know. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
No, he beat his ass, man.
Yeah.
So, what did you predict? I mean, again, you're from Detroit. Tommy Hearns had to fight.
Tommy Hearns was there.
He was there, right? And he's a big time fighter. A lot of fighters come out of Detroit, and you would always see the gun on their hip when they were in the ring boxing, because it was a force of habit. Remember,
Hey,
Tommy Hearns had the bowls right here.
Stop.
All right. I'm sorry.
That was a Kronk boxing was sitting there. But no, I predicted that he was going to win the fight because I knew it was going to go in the later rounds. Number one. Number two, he had so much weight on him, and you saw that Wilder had gained weight, right?
Right.
To try and compare with that. Wilder is not a boxer.
What is
And
he?
he's a brawler. So he wants to hit you with that right hand. That's the only thing.
So he's used to being the bigger guy, the
He's
stronger
used
guy,
to be
the
the bigger
aggressor.
guy, the stronger guy, and then he's used to being able to unload on that right hand. He was sitting there planting, and he was planting that left foot to throw that right hand the whole time, and he's backing up. Well, Fury said, I'm going to rush you, and I'm going to be in your ass. Well, once he got into his ass and he hit him in that ear, ooh, Lord.
The smart thing about it, too, is the way Fury just leaned on him.
Yeah.
He just basically got to piggyback the whole fucking fight, which will tire your ass out. I don't care
Yeah,
who
it
you
will.
are.
If you've ever wrestled with anybody who's bigger than you, you fucking hate them. Like, because you can't do shit. They just lean on you, or
Even if they have no skill, you don't have the strength.
yeah,
to
you
move
like
some of
fuck.
that
I want to
huge
hurt
outfit.
you because
Yeah.
you just leaning on.
Yeah.
me.
Just basically maul him. Even Lennox said, because Wilder slipped and fell and he was out there breakdancing. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Because his ears was off. His equilibrium was off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And Lennox goes, that's going to take a lot out of him getting up off the floor all the time at 230 whatever pounds. That's a lot of effort. And it is.
yeah.
You know
And
what?
Wilder's not a boxer, so he had no ability to jab and move, jab and move, and jab and move, and make Fury tired from moving all that weight. Fury's not as big as he is. He's not that type of dude that's going to sit there and just he's a boxer, so he's used to carrying that heavy weight. He had lost weight, I'm sure, to get down to that. But for Fury, he had footwork. He has footwork.
So Fury's a boxer.
Fury's a boxer. Wilder's a brawler.
Okay.
And that's the difference between them all day long. And I will take Fury in the next fight when they have a trilogy.
'Cause
Whomever it is.
No, in the next
they're
fight
gonna
with
come
Wilder.
back.
Because,
With Wilder. Yeah,
because
absolutely.
he's going to box him.
Well, all great eras have 3 fights, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? That's the way it goes. What I noticed, too, is this is how attention deficit disturbed we are as a society.
Okay.
All right? We can't have a moment of just quiet and peace and just relaxation. In between the rounds now, a boxing match, they play, you hear
Yeah.
in between the fucking rounds at a boxing fucking. Before it was just quiet. You got the girl up there with the nice ass, right? And she'd walk
walking
around with the
around
thing.
the number.
She's still there. Don't get me wrong. But I saw her. I saw her a couple of times, but in between the rounds now, you have to have music. It's like going to the basketball game every time out. It turns into a fucking concert. We're just so attention deficit disturbed. You know what I mean? As a society.
Well, because you're there for entertainment.
Yeah.
So, like, your listeners are here for entertainment. So you need to drink Snaggles.
Good luck.
No, you need to drink. So,
But no. I understand
But
the entertainment factor of it, right?
we're there for entertainment, and so we have to keep us going continuously.
Right.
It has to be either music or visually or there has to be some sort of stimulation that continues
Because
to have us going.
Why?
Because
the
we
why
get
is the
bored.
great question. But if you look at it, I mean, even at games, if you go to a basketball game, even during at timeouts or the quarters or halftime or whatever, if there's not something always moving, people even when there is, they're still on their phones. They're looking up. I was at a game, and I think we talked about this about a year ago. I was at a game, and the couple in front of me were watching YouTube videos.
Right. Yeah.
At the game.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, that's the entertainment, but that's how we are. We need constant
stimulation.
It went from what, every 15 minutes to now every 8 minutes. I mean, commercials are popping up every time, and you got to continuously have something entertaining you, moving you, making you see something else while you're watching TV or while you're watching whatever the show it is. You have to be continuously stimulated. That's period. Like that's the only thing that's going to happen. You have to continuously have something going on when there is a pause in something else. My kids like that.
I would bet that even with this fight, if it just was silence through each round, I bet people would say it was a good fight because it was a good fight, but they would say
no energy.
It was a little boring in some places because that filler wasn't there for them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just how
like
we've
MMA fights. The reason why MMA fights are so fucking good is because while you're watching the fight, there is a fight in the stands.
Isn't that the truth?
No, seriously. I've been I've been fifth row of MMA fights. I've been in the top level of MMA fight. God damn.
How you like me
MMA
now?
fight,
Cocksucker.
and they are getting the shit beat out of them. I saw a dude throw another dude over 4 rows and then walk down the rows, and the chick is just sitting there swinging on him. He's ignoring this chick who's hitting him in the head to go and throw her boyfriend down a few more flights.
That's badass.
And I was like, God damn. And I just sat there going, ooh, there was a fight going on in the ring. I could care less.
This was better.
Yeah. I was like, oh, shit, he's whooping his ass.
Dean was like, throw him up the road.
Yeah,
throw him
I was
up
like,
4 rows
I was
now.
like, throw him back up. How dare you? Donkey stomp him. God damn it. What's up? Yes.
Have you done the Facebook app where you're a boy and you're now you're a girl, you're a girl, you're now what the fuck is up with that? How's that okay? My father would punch me in the fucking throat if he saw me doing some dumb shit like that. Am I lying?
Hold on.
No.
Keith. My dad, and I mean, I was going to say God rest his soul, but he's alive.
You thought you were on a movie set? Okay, my father's dead in the scene, right?
My dad told me, like, he was sitting there talking about, like, people getting earrings and shit. He goes, if you get an earring, I'm going to fucking rip your ear off.
You don't have one, do you?
An earring?
Yeah,
no.
you
I've
don't-
never had my ears pierced.
No, you haven't.
And he's like, if you get an earring, I'm going to rip your fucking ear off. And I was like, why? And he's like, that's for girls. And I was like, oh, okay. So right now, this motherfucker would roll over in his grave that he hasn't been buried.
The one that's alive was
Yes.
all over in his grave. Okay, got it.
Right.
All right, so having said that, and that's your background coming from.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You know who T.I. is.
Yes.
I mean, you're not
yes.
you're not like me, and you only listen to rap up to 92. You said it with me.
Because that's when that shit was good.
Right.
Yeah.
But T.I. is good, man. He does
Yeah.
some decent stuff, right? So you know how he gets down with his daughter.
Right.
Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. You know how he interacts with his daughter. He goes to the gynecologist with his daughter to make sure she's still a virgin, make sure everything's good, let her know daddy's here, daddy's always going to be here, that type of thing. Okay?
Yes.
And people, you know as well as I do,
Yeah.
Black Instagram, Black Twitter is on him for that. That's
Right.
her personal
That's her
page.
yeah.
He don't need to be doing that. That's none of his business.
Who's paying for the insurance?
All right.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
And that's a point unto itself. But then you got Dwayne Wade's
Yes.
person.
Yes.
I don't know. Was it a girl turned to a boy turned to a girl?
Right.
But here's the thing. At 12 years old. At 12 years old. Now, I remember being 12 years old. It seemed like, I don't know, it was fucking eons ago, but I remember being 12 years old. I didn't have the mental stability to do certain
you don't.
things.
Yeah.
Right? How do you feel about that? What is your thoughts on that?
For T.I. going to his daughter's gynae's appointments, I'm okay with that. But for him worrying about if she's a virgin or not, that's a relationship that he should already have. He should
Right.
already have that established.
Where
So
she
if-
can just come to him in
where she-
conversation.
Yeah. I mean, so if you waiting for the doctor to tell you if your daughter's fucking, that's a problem. You know, I've got daughters, and I'm not waiting for my daughter to come through and be like, Dad, hey, because I feel like I've built a good enough relationship that she should feel comfortable to do that
Before it happens.
before it happens or after it happens. Because I feel like once it happens or if it happens or it has
It's
happened,
gonna happen.
come and talk to me. You know,
Right.
and know that I still love you. If it's a mistake, great. I'm still here for you.
And you're still going to snap, and you're going to call me
Yeah.
and be like, Keith, come get me out of jail in about 2 hours.
Yeah. So my daughter recently, she was this dude. The neighbor was asking her out and stuff like that, right? So now I don't know your listeners. The neighbor is LDS.
Okay.
He had went on a mission, came back early, and he was sitting there and he's like asking her out the whole time. And I told her, I said, hey, so what's getting ready to happen is he's going to ask you out because he's following the process. The process is he's back off his mission. He needs to get married.
Get it wet.
Yeah.
Get married.
He needs to get married first before he gets it wet.
Okay.
And so the pressure is on. So he was on her, right? And so this was back in December. And, she liked him. He's a good kid. I like the kid. Kid's a great kid. I like
How was your daughter?
She's 17.
Okay.
So, by the way, the age of losing virginity has increased.
Yeah.
People ain't fucking.
People
ain't fucking as much.
We talked about that. It's been a little while ago, but yeah, it's gone up, and that's mostly because of the cell phones and shit.
Yeah.
You can watch
Nobody
porn
knows how
anywhere.
to fucking communicate,
Yeah.
and people can watch porn anywhere.
Nobody knows how to what?
Communicate.
Oh, he didn't say that the first time.
Communicate.
Yeah.
Communicate. Yeah,
So
go ahead.
So he asked her. He was on her, and she told him, she's like, "Look, I got a whole lot of shit that I want to get through," and finally he stopped. Well, this was
She's underage. That didn't freak you out? Her being 17 and him being, he's got to be at least 21.
19.
19?
He's only 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's on his way.
He came back early for an injury, so he never.
This
went back.
motherfucker playing full contact football?
We'll go through it.
All right,
It's
whatever.
offline. So he comes back early, but the process is to go ahead and get married, find a wife, and let's go start procreating, right? So I told her this is what's getting ready to happen. He's trying to find a partner so he can settle down.
Yeah.
And so she's like, "Oh, well, I'm not ready for that." Well, that was in December. He just got engaged yesterday, and he's going through the process.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, she was confident enough to have a conversation with me and sit down and say, "Hey, Dad, this is what's going on," and I was able to have that conversation with her. Now, with Dwayne Wade, I feel like you said, 12 years old. I was barely knowing how to wipe my ass right. So let alone, do I
Make a life decision like that?
Yeah, I knew
Seems-
I'd like women. I knew that. I'd already, unfortunately for me, I'd already experienced happiness.
So you came up in the era I did. So did your dad bring home all the old Playboys that he didn't deliver on his route? Did you
Dude, hey,
Penthouse and Hustler
I've seen
and shit?
so much shit.
This
Yes.
is before they put them in a plastic
Yes.
wrap. Back in the
Yes.
day, they just magazine. There you go.
Dude, my dad.
He's
So
waiting for the mailman to pick
So
up.
I was addicted to what's it called, Cool Ranch Doritos, before anybody knew, and I'm pretty sure 90% of the people on my dad's route never got them because they were at my house. Because that motherfucker brought the box.
It was
to
like
the house.
like a promotion.
Promotional.
They-
Yeah. So he never delivered them. He just put them in the house. I was eating the Cool Ranch Doritos samples for 2 fucking years.
Asking
bruh.
your boys, they're
Just
like, it was supposed to come in the mail.
yeah,
When
they
this
was
shit
like,
happened.
what's this new shit? I was like, don't worry about it.
All right, so Dwayne Wade's kid. I'm sorry.
So Dwayne Wade's kid, like you said, he's 12 years old. He or whatever we want to use, he,
Pronoun.
she, whatever pronoun you want to
You're
use.
supposed to use they, which throws me
They.
the fuck off.
Yeah,
So you're
'cause
still a
that-
dude, and now you're a girl. You're still a girl, and now you're a dude. They. That's
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
and
plural,
we're
right?
not trying to be disrespectful, but
No.
like in all honesty, he's 12. They are 12. They don't know what fucking life is. So they don't know what they like and they don't know what they dislike. I have kids that are 13 years old. They are sitting there going through life just as
Yeah.
you and I are, and it's hitting them in the fucking face. And you're going to go ahead and say, "Oh, okay, you can go be a girl or you can go be a guy." And eventually they might change their mind. And now you've portrayed it so much that you're a girl, you're a girl, you're a girl. It almost turns into a problem for them to go back and be like, you know what? I don't really-
How far down the rabbit hole did you get?
Yeah.
Can
yeah.
you not find your way back?
Can I not turn
yeah.
back? Yeah.
I had a gay person tell me that that's like a fad now with these young kids. And this is an older gay person. This gay person is
Yes.
probably 40. And they're like, no, this is what kids do now. They have this gay phase.
Yes.
And she says she sees it all the fucking time
Yes.
where people just run through this. And all of a sudden now, I want to dress like this, or I want to do this, or I
Yes.
want to do that. So
I have relatives that are gay. They are born gay. I know that
Right.
they were gay
Absolutely.
when they were born.
Yeah.
Well, not when they were born, but when they were 5 years old, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
he's gay.
yeah, here it comes, right?
Yeah, he's gay.
Yeah.
And I love him to death.
Hell yeah.
And you couldn't tell me that he was going to then grow up and marry a woman. That was never going to be the case. Dwayne Wade's child, I don't know. I'm not in that relationship, and I don't know him from Adam, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. You just do. So, anyway, that's
All
my
right.
thoughts on it.
So with that, I mean, you got now everybody. So you got the transgender stuff.
Yes.
I
The
got-
alphabet people.
Well,
Yeah.
I got titties, right? Because I just, my tax return came, so I got titties, but I still got testosterone and
Right.
these here nuts.
Right.
But I want to go and wrestle girls.
Right.
Or I want to go and run against girls or
Right.
cycle against girls and all
Right.
that stuff. That
I agree. I know
problem.
that's happening.
So now you got girls suing to block participation of transgender athletes.
Yes.
All right? Hartford, Connecticut. The families of 3 female high school runners filed a federal lawsuit Wednesday seeking to block transgender athletes in Connecticut from participating in girls' sports. I don't see the problem with that.
What I really think is funny is that
very
you're
fair
looking to
of it.
me to give you my opinion and my response after fucking Snaggles. Now, after that, I will say this.
Welcome to the party, pal. Every week with this shit. And I hear from you guys every week. Oh, Keith, what the fuck? Don't you know how to say Constitution? You stupid motherfucker. Yeah, good luck. Answer the goddamn question.
But I actually am in agreement with you because
Well, that wasn't me. That was this article.
no, you said you agree. You don't see a problem with it.
No, I
you
do
don't-
see a problem with it.
You do see a problem with them filing a lawsuit?
No, I do see a problem with why the no.
I'm
I
so
agree with them.
confused.
I agree with them.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That one.
I agree with them. Yeah. You were born male. You are now 18, 19, 17, 15, whatever. You have grown as a male. Participate. I don't care if you got titties. I don't care if you got extensions in your head. I don't care if all of a sudden you sitting there taking drugs to turn you into a female. You were born male. Participate against males.
Right. Now, just to be clear, you're not saying that basically you said you had gay people in your family.
Oh,
and you're fine with that. So if you got
Keith, I have a gay cousin that played in the NFL.
Manti Te'o's your no. All right. So, all right, so whatever the case, right? But you're okay with that. The problem you're having is when you slide. So you used to be pretty good at sports.
Yes.
All right. And this motherfucker was nice. I'm not even gonna lie. This motherfucker was nice. If you had if they had a WNBA, all right. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So, area you came up, you could have beat Cheryl Miller in basketball.
Yeah, no. Cheryl Miller was the fucking beast.
And as
but
soon as I said that, I was
hear
like
you.
the wrong thing. But you could have competed.
Yes.
She was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you were honest
yeah.
with that, man.
Yeah, Cheryl Miller was the
Cheryl
shit.
Miller was a bad motherfucker. Maybe I used the wrong name. But you could have competed with Cheryl Miller. Let's say that.
So I played against a WNBA team when I was 25, 26 years old. We fucked them up. And they couldn't compete.
Right.
Yes. So then if I all of a sudden said I was a transgender
Sign
and
me.
got
Yeah.
some that would have Joanna Man or whatever. That would have been unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we dominated them. And they had 7-foot women they had no chance.
And I just want to be clear to anybody who may listen. Cheryl, I apologize. Because, no, Cheryl Miller was a bad motherfucker.
Well, did you see how quickly I stopped that and said no, Cheryl Miller?
And you did the right thing. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, I'm fucking up by saying these syllables right now. Because that was a bad motherfucker,
Yeah,
man.
I thought Cheryl Miller was like the best player ever with her Jerry curl. And then I was like, oh, wait, because she talked shit.
Yeah.
She played ball. And now, when growing up, I'm going to be honest with you. Growing up, I dated a lot of girls who played ball because of Cheryl Miller. Now, unbeknownst to me, that's a word for you, Keith. Unbeknownst to me,
I got
I
that
did
one,
not
too.
know that most of them was lesbian.
Okay.
And when I tried to date them, they was like, get your ass off here. I was like, well, I'm good. I'm cute.
How were their feet, though? Their feet had to be beat to fucking hell, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Most
It's
most
an
athletic
athlete's
women's
foot, yeah.
feet are fucked up. I'm not going to lie.
Feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, their feet had to be fucked up.
Hey, Keith, could you read 2 words off of that list, please?
No, but I can ask you this. What do you think about this? This man sets fire to $1 million to keep his ex from having it.
He's a fucking idiot.
He's an idiot, but his ex was going to get it. I love him because I'm a point prover. That's what I am.
What was the point? Bitch, if I can't have it, you can't either.
Now, maybe he should have took it to Detroit and threw it out the window so people could get their guns
Yes.
cleaned and
Yes.
shit,
Yes.
so they didn't misfire. You know what I mean?
Or pay for good fucking water, clean water that would be flying.
That's
in Flint.
incumbent. Did you watch that fucking or listen to that podcast with who was the mayor there that went fucking straight gangster? The brother from FAMU. He's the football player. What was his fucking name? Kwame? Was his name Kwame?
Oh, you talking about Kwame Kilpatrick?
Yeah, that motherfucker, man.
Yes.
Now he went buck wild there. He did shit. He did the shit that, again, black people say, oh, Lord, I hope. Like when Barack got elected, people were like, oh, fuck it. They're going to be fucking broken down cars on the fucking White House lawn. Is he going to make us look bad, basically, right?
Yes.
Right? Barack held himself in a nice light. Kwame, on the other hand,
Barack held himself comparable to what white images needed him to hold.
absolutely.
Yes.
Now, Kwame acted like he was in a fucking rap video. You might as well had put fucking Suge Knight as the mayor of fucking Detroit when Kwame was there. Am I right or wrong?
Kinda.
Now, I know you have some onus in because you know Kwame, and I don't want to blow you up.
Yeah.
So there's certain things you can and can't say. He's sitting here sweating fucking
Dude,
bullets right now.
Dude, I'm like, hey, my family might listen to this.
All right,
shit.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
I know you have a connection to it,
Yes.
but if you're being honest and you're an honest human being,
Yes. I am an honest human being.
that motherfucker did some backdoor shit. Some fucked up shit.
Yes and no. I wouldn't say
Oh,
fucked up
shit.
shit, but what he did was he let people know who he did not. Kwame did not sabotage who his core was, and that's what got him elected, and that's where the problem was for other people who
both
were
things
giving
can
you
be
money.
true.
So he's like, look, this is who I am. I'm not gonna kiss ass. And if you really look at it, what he did was what they're doing in the political scene right now. He's taking care of the same people who was there with him, riding with him before. Now, do they know what the fuck they doing? No. Did they know? Do they know about politics? Probably not. But he put them in position where they shouldn't have the power. So,
Yeah, but there comes a time you have to cut shit loose.
yes,
All right, and I watched that 30 for 30 on Michael Vick.
Yes.
And he's talking about cutting people loose.
Yes.
And by the way, did we talk about Michael Vick at all? I don't remember.
Off air, I think. It was.
I love dogs. I fucking love dogs.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I'm going to show you the next type of dog I'm going to get after this is over, right? But I love dogs.
I do too.
I thought Michael Vick did some man type shit. He was awesome with that. It was nobody else's fault but mine.
Yes.
It was this, that, and the other. But at the same time, I need to cut people loose.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
not blaming them.
Yes.
I'm blaming
Yes.
my surroundings.
Yes.
So
Right.
as your dude, as he moves up, you can't do that shit you used to do back in the day when you were playing
agree.
football.
I agree.
Hanging out at fucking barbecues with Diego and shit, getting stabbed for one rib, being missing off the fucking plate.
I agree, but it's okay. So like Tupac was one of the reasons why everybody loved Tupac was because you'd be at a party and Tupac's at the party, and you're like, why the fuck are you at this party?
That's rap. That's not politics. There's
Okay.
difference.
What's the dude's name that plays basketball for the Utah Jazz? What's his name?
Donovan
Mitchell.
Yeah, same
He shows
thing.
up at parties.
Yeah.
And you're like, Donovan Mitchell is here at the party. He is of the people. The reason why Kwame got elected was because Kwame was one of them.
Okay.
Kwame wanted to be mayor from long time when he was 8 years old, right? And he was always of the people. Now, the other people that he had with him, i.e. just like Michael Vick, they had different intentions for the most part of what it meant to be. They wanted the glory as well, right? So I want to be seen as also as good as Michael Vick, even though I don't have no fucking talent.
Okay.
So with Kwame, he had a couple of people that should not be in power, i.e. Dad.
Yeah. Pops is off the
Yeah,
hook.
and kill it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he
Like, he almost went with his family name and shit. Huh?
he is a funny old dude that you could sit down and talk to at the barbecue, and you would
Absolutely.
love hanging out with him. Should he be in power? No. Just like there are other people in power right now that should not be discussing political shit because they don't have the ability to discuss that. You know, they don't have the ability to go to Iraq or Iran and discuss that. But because you're my son-in-law, you get that put in.
Which is a fallacy. That's a fallacy.
Yeah.
Yes, nepotism still works.
Fucks up.
And so
Yep.
just because you don't, I've been in the D when a motherfucker that had a city car was like, we can park wherever the fuck we want to.
Excuse me, when you said you had the D, what did you mean?
No, not
I-
broccoli D.
we-
I said when I was in the D.
Oh, what does that mean? the
I
D?
was in the D in Detroit.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought when you had the D,
Yeah,
it was
I was
something else.
in the D.
Oh, in the D. I thought you said had the D.
No, read those words.
Uh,
Can you read the words? Can you read the words, please? Keith, I would really appreciate it if you could read
All right,
the words.
so hold up.
yes.
And to your point, with Tupac running the streets and all that shit, Ice Cube, somebody who's from there, Ice-T, somebody who's really from that
Yes.
shit, learned how to separate themselves. Yeah, I can look to you, hey, my boy's in trouble, he needs bail, here's this, but I don't need to make an appearance. I don't need to immerse myself in that. Right. And that's my point. You have to separate. There comes a time where you have to separate, man. You do.
You and I have learned that as we've gotten older. When you're in it, and fuck,
If your power or your prestige or your fame, it continues with you as you keep going, and you've got those people around you. At what point do you learn that they shouldn't?
Yeah.
If it's always a thing and you always have the ability, and to some point you need a people around you, right? It's picking the right ones clearly, but if if you always have that power and that money and the prestige, it always follows you, and it always has, and it's always going to. How do you ever learn the right way to do it?
So, for example, Eddie Curry. Do you know who Eddie Curry is?
Yes, motherfucker.
Well, I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
Who is Eddie Curry?
He's the basketball player. He got drafted by the Bulls. He's the one that fucked shit up, cheated on his wife. His ex.
So you read?
Let me finish. You asked me a fucking question.
I'm just making sure you
Side
read
piece
the
got killed, and the
Yes.
kid got killed, and then his wife found out about the other family he had and shit. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, keep talking.
So, who was around him? All of his boys that he brought up. Everybody always wonders, how the hell did he lose all
Who
that
stole
money?
from him?
Yep.
Thank you. How the hell did he lose all that money? Mike Tyson. How the hell did he lose all that money? MC Hammer. How the hell did he lose all that money? Well, you come from the hood. You don't really have anybody advising you to keep you from doing a lot of the shit that you did.
Right.
So because you made it, those dudes were with you. Like Eddie Curry said, he was with a boy. His boy, he said, hey, go ahead and deliver this. He was his insurance policy, so if something happened to him, it would take care of his kids. And his insurance guy called him and said, hey, do you really want to put Kevin's name on this insurance policy if you die? And you're like, wait, what? And then when you approach Kevin and you say, Kevin, why would you do that? Oh man, I just want, if something happened to you, I just want to
Which
make
is
sure I
fucked
got
up.
taken care of.
So now, in my eyes, Kevin's put a target on my back.
Yes.
Kevin don't give a fuck about
Kevin
me. He's
don't
loosening
give-
my lug nuts and
Yes,
shit.
Kevin doesn't fucking care about me. But those are people that you grew up with. Those are people that has had your back. So when you sit there and you go into war, or you go into something dirty, or you get in the grind, who you gonna call? You gotta call Kevin, because Kevin's gonna be there. And then you find out Kevin is there for him.
But
He's
that
not
comes
there
back
for
to
you.
removing yourself from that shit, so you don't need people like Kevin to do Kevin type shit.
So if I remove Kevin and I put in Kramer
Steinberg.
I put in Kramer Steinberg, who really is there just for a check. When shit gets dirty, is Kramer Steinberg really there to help me, or to make sure he gets that paycheck? That's where you have to decide.
All right, let me ask you this, and without using names, all right? You have a relative that may or may not have come from your loins that is pretty damn good at sports. Pretty fucking good, and he's going to move to a level.
Okay.
All right? How do you view it for you to keep him clear of all that bullshit? As he moves up the level in sports, because he's going and he's going to go far.
Right.
All right? How do you keep all that bullshit away from him? It is simply the fact that you're a father and you kind of went through it yourself, because you were good at sports before you got all cute and shit, got makeup and shit. Remember the first time I saw this
Started doing
motherfucking
his
makeup?
nails.
I was like, yo, I didn't know Diego wore a skirt. What the fuck you doing? Oh, yeah, I got to get my nails done. You know, I just need to be cute for this. Whatever. All right, so anyhow, as he moves up, how do you keep him clear of all this shit? Because what I'm hearing from you is there's an onus to keeping it, quote unquote, real. And, right? And keeping it authentic with the people who helped you when you didn't have shit, to now you move up and you move in different circles, man. Yeah. So how are you going to help him balance that? Because you're very involved.
To be honest with you, is just to have a open line of communication. There will be many obstacles, and there have already been many obstacles, that you have to make sure that there is an open line of communication where there is a possibility that conversation go, hey, so I just got this chick pregnant. Hey, I just gave somebody a couple of $1,000. Hey, can you walk me through this? Because there's opportunities for everybody. You don't know what everybody's intentions are. The only thing you can do is let them know what you think and hope that they make the best decision. You know, for him personally, we went through an incident last summer, you know, and dealing with a girl and dealing with their parents and kind of trying to keep it real for him. I mean, he was ready to, he's like, he in love, right? He's like, you can't tell me not to go get that. You can't tell me not to do. Now, unbeknownst to him, because he's so in love and he's getting his rocks off, he's not noticing that this person is risking your reputation. She's risking your ability to go further because shit. Hey, you know what? Why don't we go in the girls' bathroom and go ahead and let me get you off real quick? Oh yeah. That's all great and fine. What happens when you get caught? Does she really have your best interests at heart? No. You know, she's like, what can I do to keep you? What can I do to keep you going? The parents were like, hey, I know you said that this isn't going to be great for them, but can they work out together? Can you work out with my daughter? Can you teach my... Really? That's where you want to go? But before, when you realized that my son was banging your daughter out, you was all upset. Now you realize that he's got scholarship offers and opportunities. You're like, oh, wait. And so things change.
There's a pocket pussy you can buy. If you put it in a microwave, from what I understand, it feels like the real thing.
Does it feel like broccoli?
That's what the ad said.
2 minutes and 22 seconds. Put that bitch in there.
With that wood, is that what you're saying?
Are you serious? Twatters?
We out of this
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
Diego.
you twat swatters.
And well, then I got to say, Diego, is that what you're saying?
I guess that's what I'm saying now.
We
I
got
had so
shut
much
down.
more.
We'll have to bring him
Keith
back.
didn't even want to fucking read the words.
Come back when the ratings are low again. Burt Reynolds.
And bring it back up.
Mr. Timberlake.
You made me drive all the way out here for this?
Mr. Murphy.
I came from Cali for this. God damn it.
Guys, SoWhutChuSayin.com. Go to anchor.fm/SoWhutChuSayin if you want to contribute. We're at SoWhutChuSayin@gmail.com.
Keith, I feel like being truculent right now. You piece of shit.
Send us your emails with your big words. We like them. Keith likes them. I have a feeling this
Jameson
week,
right now is going off.
Oh, yeah,
man.
yeah. He's typing some words that Keith's going to have to stumble
Jamathan, I do not feel hooga right now because Keith has made me feel uncomfortable.
Oh, God.
through. There we go. I know he's throwing out some shit. So, guys, I hope you liked Weekend in the Woodshed Part 1. Part 2 is going to be coming. For you, it's a week, but for us, it's a few moments, and this is going to be rough. So, with that, Keith, Diego, I got to say, it was a pleasure.
Yes, it was.
We out for now.
So what you saying? Club style.